Will the clerk please call the roll?
Hilberg.
Here.
Colasar.
Here.
Lamb.
Here.
Rose.
Here.
Shields.
Here.
Simpson. Coin.
Here. Reading of the minutes.
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields.
I move that the minutes of the June 10th, 2013 regular meeting as prepared and submitted by the clerk be approved.
Second.
Discussion. Clerk please call the roll.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Reports of standing committees. The Finance Committee met prior to council, started at 5 p.m., and we went all 2.5 hours. We have another meeting in 2 weeks from now, then we go on break. Health, Safety, and Sanitation Committee, Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report. No meeting scheduled at this time.
Public Properties Committee, Mr. Shields.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Properties met on June 12th. We have no other meeting scheduled at this time.
Thank you. Special Legislation Committee, Mr. Lamb.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting held and none scheduled.
Streets and Sidewalks Committee, Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Streets and Sidewalks met also on June 12th. We have no other meetings scheduled at this time.
Thank you. Water Utilities Committee, Mr. Colzar.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's no meeting scheduled and nothing to report.
Thank you. Request for council action. We have several for finance. We have 13-115 budget amendments, 13-116 purchase of 2014 Ford Utility Interceptor for the fire department, 13-117 updated depository agreements, 13-118 expenditure over $15,000 for cable HD upgrade, 13-119 legislating speed limit on New Fair Road, 13-120 free library program Project Learn and Corbin Cerny, 13-121 preliminary legislation ODOT US 42 and State Route 3 paving, 13-122 engineering design services South Elmwood Bridge, 13-123 bids for Highland reconstruction, 13-124 easement 620 East Smith storm sewer replacement, 13-125 contract with Chip Grant 564 South Broadway, 13-126 contract Chip Grant 425 Orchard Lane, 13-127 abolishment of Archive Commission, 13-129 Epic Aviation fuel purchase and card services agreement. We have one item for the Public Properties Committee, which is 13-128 natural green burials Spring Grove Cemetery. Reports from municipal officers. Mayor Hanwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Couple updates. For customers, they can sign up for the automated payment from their bank account to avoid late fees and mail charges for their utility bills. That's ACH, and the applications are available at the finance window. They can also online bill pay with a credit card. Sign-ups on the front page of the city website. Band concerts are in full swing now each Friday night at 8:30 in June and July, and they also have a July 4th concert, which is a Thursday evening this year. And each evening it starts at 8:30 p.m. The fireworks will be at the Rec Center, 855 Weymouth Road, July 3rd, evening at dusk. Parking is restricted at the Spring Grove Cemetery. We actually close and barricade that. Parking is, however, available at most of the city school properties, city parks, and the non-hydrant sides of all streets, unless there's a sign prohibiting otherwise. And I did want to mention that the fireworks this year are a collaborative effort between the City of Medina, Medina Township, Montville Township, and Lafayette Township. The Rec Center also is having their 9th annual fireworks festival, which starts July 3rd at 4 p.m. and ends with the fireworks. The entertainment will be provided by Stage 1 Teen Music Campus and will feature 5 bands on 2 different stages. And they also have festival foods, carnival games, inflatables, and much more. The July 4th parade starts at 6 p.m. and begins at Spring Grove and Liberty, then proceeds west towards the square, and it goes around the north side, west side, and south side of the square. So the only area it doesn't cover is right in front of the courthouse there. Members of the United Church of Christ Congregational are going to take part in the Shopping Cart Brigade again, which is collecting non-perishable food items, which will help support Feeding Medina County. Parade attendees are asked to bring items to place into the carts as the decorated carts are pushed by them in the parade, and all of the food will then assist Feeding Medina County. And then last Thursday, I was asked to judge a car show on the square where they brought antique cars from multiple states away. And I just wanted to share with council that the people could not speak highly enough of the appearance of the downtown, the welcoming of them down there, and what a vibrant downtown we have. Main Street Medina also had Ladies' Night going on that night, and as you looked at the sidewalks and you looked at the square, it was full of people. And the Main Street Medina had put the black and white checkered flags around the gazebo in honor of the car show event. And they asked me why we had the checkered flags there, and when I told them that they were hung there specifically for them, they just never quite saw anything like that with the community reaching out to embrace them like we did, and we can all be proud of that. Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Durham, Finance Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since we last met, I spoke at the Ohio Association of Public Treasurers training and talked about the way that we handle our budgeting and long-term planning. They asked me to put the presentation on our website so it'll be available. So if anybody in the public wants to see our budgeting procedures on a PowerPoint, it's on our website now, since I know you're always trying to sell out people to come to our meetings.
I know they're going to come.
And they're probably clicking on that right now. Other than that, Finance Department's been working with a number of other departments on budgets. We have a budget amendment later. That's all I have today.
Thank you. Mr. Huber, Law Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you. Ms. Rice, Economic Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a few items. The next City of Medina Economic Development Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, July 2nd at 7:45 a.m. here at City Hall. The Economic Development Committee, along with other invited community stakeholders, will be the core group of individuals to form the Downtown Strategic Plan Steering Committee. We will be discussing the need for a downtown plan, preliminary goals of the effort, status of current redevelopment efforts, and draft scope of work for the strategic endeavor. The city, along with Main Street Medina and the Medina Chamber of Commerce, will be celebrating a grand opening and ribbon cutting event for the Medina Funtastic Toys, located at 140 West Washington Street. The event is scheduled for this Friday, June 28th at 11 a.m. Refreshments will be served, and a 25% discount will be offered all weekend long. And then again, the City Chamber and Main Street will also celebrate a grand reopening on Monday, July 1st at 2 p.m. for Docks, Comstock Sewing and Vacuum Center. Their new location is 754 North Court Street. Their month of July specials include 10 to 25% off of vacuums and sewing machines. And then we are also in the process of planning a ribbon cutting for a new company called Medina Powder Coating, which is located at 930 West Lafayette Road. So stay tuned for more details in the next week or so. And that's my report.
Thank you. Mr. Swanson, Parks and Recreation Director.
Mr. President, thank you. The newly constructed parking lot at the Champion Creek Trailhead is complete and now open to the public. That's at 406 South Broadway. So the Champion starts here right in town and goes all the way over to Guilford, connecting to the existing Roscoe Ewing Trail. It is quite popular, but I just wanted to note we did one thing with the parking lot, which is a little bit unique. The main drive is concrete, while the parking stalls, there's about 11 spots, is pervious concrete, which is also called porous concrete to the public. This allows water from precipitation to pass directly through, reducing runoff, and maintains the benefit of naturally filtering stormwater and can reduce pollutant loads entering into streams. So this is something we wanted to try, and we did receive federal grant money to do this, and it's something unique for the city of Medina, and maybe moving forward with these types of ideas that we can implement in our city. But also I wanted to comment, this past Saturday night, Cool Beans and Lemonberry hosted something pretty unique. For my experience, it was the first movie night on the square that I experienced. I took the family there, and I know a number of people did as well. It was a beautiful night. It was a great movie, and it was amazing how many people were there. I didn't count, but it easily had to be about 2,000. So the square is really happening this summer, so keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. City Engineer, Mr. Patton.
Thank you, Mr. President. This afternoon, the Board of Control awarded a couple projects I'd like to note. The first is the installation of a school zone flashing sign for State Route 3 near the high school, just southwest of Union. Second was our annual crack sealing program. That project is expected to get underway here sometime in mid to late July. I also wanted to mention we've ordered our concrete pavement replacement project. That is scheduled to start the week of July 8th. That's a project to replace the smaller sections of concrete all throughout town, so that'll be coming. And lastly, once again, I want to remind all that the Smith Road project is underway. The railroad crossing will happen sometime in mid-July. We still don't have a specific number. We're waiting for the railroad to provide that. When that happens, it'll take a week, and for that week, we will be required to do a temporary change in the maintenance of traffic, the detour for the Smith Road project. We will notify all those in the area, but please be aware of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Assistant Fire Chief, Mr. Crumley.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, Fire Department has no report.
Thank you. Mr. Bercoli, Service Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, the city of Medina had the newly replatted Fair Road chip and sealed. That's a resurfacing protocol that the township and the county utilizes. We appreciate the efforts of President Coyne and, again, City Engineer Pat Patton. Fair Road will be closed until Friday. We want to allow the resurfacing to cure, and, again, it'll be reopened on this Friday. Lastly, remember, sanitation routes will be delayed one day next week for Thursday and Friday in observance of the 4th of July holiday. Thank you.
Thank you. Confirmation of mayoral appointment. Cornell Carter for Civil Service Commission, term expiring 6/30/19.
Move to confirm the mayoral appointment.
Second.
Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll on the mayoral appointment.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Notices of communications and petitions. There are none. Unfinished business. None. Introduction of visitors. Members of the public will be permitted the opportunity to speak on any issue or concern which pertains to the city during the portion of council agenda devoted to introduction of visitors. All comments shall be directed to the chair, and a reasonable time limit of approximately 5 minutes will be imposed. If there's a group, please appoint a spokesperson. Speakers should approach the front right microphone and state their name and address so it can be entered into the minutes. Members of the public will be afforded the opportunity to comment on other portions of the meeting as determined by the chair or by a vote of the majority of members, council members present. Is there anybody that wishes to address council? Yes.
Hello, my name is Eric Rapinchuk with Medina Chants. 2 Saturdays ago, June 15th, we were fortunate enough to hold our first event as Medina Chant, which was a talent show on the square. The show was going excellent until, unfortunately, about an hour through the show, due to rain, we had to shut down. However, the show was rescheduled to July 24th, and we would just like to thank everybody that was there for sitting through the rain, and everybody that helped us out to help us get there. Even though it rained, it was still a really good show. Our next event, we will be hosting Monsters, Inc. On the square, and it's June 29th, this Saturday. So here's Alex Vanansky.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm here to present our donation to Feeding Medina County. This was from the concession stand, and we're also presenting a T-shirt. Here you go.
I'd like to thank Chant. I just met these young people on June 8th. They came to visit the Feeding Medina County booth at Pizza Palooza, which I think had 3,000 people at it. So we had a great event, and unfortunately, I could not be at your grand opening, but I really do appreciate the check, and it will be put to good use. I think Jim Shields can attest to that. We have started a summer feeding program, and Union Square is one of the sites that we have initiated. And as Jim told me this evening, the kids were so excited over their grocery bags of food. But I've also told the boys and girls that if they come out to 901 Lafayette Road, that I will give them each one of our T-shirts And we're also having a picnic for our volunteers tomorrow night, jazz band included, so please come. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council?
Yes, Councilman.
Yes.
My name is Paul Becks, and I live at 339 East Liberty Street. The City of Medina Archive Commission is pleased to announce that the Medina Town Hall and Engine House Museum will be open July 4th, 2013 from 5 to 8 p.m. for a special preview event during the annual 4th of July parade. Housed on the first floor of the 1878 Engine House on Medina's historic public square, the Medina Town Hall and Engine House Museum will showcase the history, people, and events that have transformed Medina over the years. This special preview event will include a portion of the museum's permanent exhibits, exhibits on loan from various Medina partner organizations, and an antique fire engine, and showings of the 1945 film of Medina, Hometown USA, which showed Medina, which was then just a town of 4,500 people, as a model of small-town life. We look forward to seeing the public at this event. Please look for future announcements. We'll be sending this information to all the publications in the area. We want to thank council and the administration for your continued support, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Laura Parnell, and I am the owner of Cool Beans Cafe. I live at 210 West Homestead Street. I just wanted to say thank you very much to Tim. He helped me out a lot with this movie night that we put on. It was the first time that we've done something like that. I went to one in a different community last year, absolutely loved it, and thought this would be perfect for us on the square. I was surprised, actually. I was very happy at how many people showed up, and I was happy to hear that they're going to do something very similar. I would love to put on another one. I've had such good feedback on our Facebook, through our website, and people coming into the store who've asked if we're going to do this again. I would love to do that. I would love to work with the parks to possibly put something else on. I actually have a list of additional dates if we wanted to keep the momentum going and have that for this summer. The only drawback that we had is we had so many people with the trees in there. We were looking at possibly doing that maybe in another park, just so that we can fit more people in, because I think now that the word is out, we'll actually garner more interest in more people. So it was great for the square. It brought people in from all over the place, and even people just driving by said they wanted to see what was going on, so they stopped. So thank you very much, and that's it for me. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council?
You can actually do it in the tip there.
Nope. Okay. Introduction and consideration of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 105-13, an ordinance adopting a city-owned electronic device policy for the city of Medina.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mayor?
Thank you. The previous electronic device policy that we had was more specific to iPads, and we're using not only iPads but laptops and smartphones that all have the same capabilities. So this permits us to cover all of those under the policy and protects the city's interest should one of the devices come missing. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion or comment? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Rose?
Yes.
Shields?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Coin?
Yes.
Hilberg?
Yes.
Colasar?
Yes.
Lamb?
Yes.
Ordinance 105-13 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 106-13, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a youth work site agreement with JOG our way of the Summer Youth Work Experience Program.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the emergency clause and the ordinance. Ms. Rice?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is to participate in the Summer Youth Work Experience Program. It is a locally funded initiative in partnership with Medina County Job and Family Services. These are federal funds, and they do not require a city match. The summer youth can work 8 of 10 weeks and will be assisting with light clerical duties in the community and economic development departments. We were asking for the emergency clause as the program started 2 weeks ago. We found out that municipalities did qualify for the program late in the game, and we would like to start him next week so that he can work for us at least 5 to 6 weeks prior to him leaving for college.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the emergency clause or the ordinance?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mayor.
I'd like, if it's okay with council, on page 6 of the agreement, the signature line has City of Medina Economic Development. If we strike economic development, just have it the City of Medina.
No problem. We'll treat that as a clerical issue. Any other comments or discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the emergency clause?
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call the roll on the ordinance.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Ordinance 106-13 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 107-13, ordinance to approve and adopt and enact current replacement pages to the codified ordinances of the City of Medina, Ohio.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? This is just a update of our codified ordinances that we do every year. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Ordinance 107-13 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 108-13, ordinance amending ordinance number 213-12, passed December 10, 2012, amendments to the 2013 budget.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Durham?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a reimbursement of a unspent portion of of a grant.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Ordinance 108-13 passes 7-0.
Council comments.
Mr. President,
Mr. Colzar.
just would like to make an announcement on Saturday, July 27th. There's a City of Medina watershed campaign / Champion Creek cleanup. It'll be located, the greetings and sign-in will be located at Medina Community Church, which is at 416 South Broadway here in town. We have a couple designated locations, so it won't just be Champion Creek. We are looking for volunteers. The sign-in starts at 8:30 till 9. Then groups will go to their designated locations throughout the city and then come back for lunch at Medina Community Church. We will be providing trash bags and gloves. Make sure you dress for the occasion. And we will have information hopefully on the website pretty soon about the cleanup. And also you'll see an insert in the next water bill. We need volunteers, whether it be from the business community, social groups, civic organizations, or individuals. We're trying to raise awareness to preserve and protect the precious waters of the Rocky River, which Champion Creek flows into, and mainly all of our other tributaries, and trying to keep the Great Lakes beautiful. So please get involved. Come out. Again, that's Saturday, July 27th, basically between 8:30 and 12. So come out and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council comments?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
I did also want to thank Laura and Cool Beans, as well as Lemonberry and Tim in the Parks Department. It was great to see that crowd up there, and I have heard so many comments just personally from families that really enjoyed it. And I think for Chant, you're going to have a great crowd there Saturday night because people loved it, and they were asking for more events. So I hope we can build on that momentum. So thank you to everybody who put that together, and good luck this Saturday night.
Thank you. Any other council comments? Mr. Lamb?
I'd just like, again, to applaud these young people that put this organization together. And I wasn't here, but I did hear about the crowd that Cool Beans had on the square. And you guys have a great challenge, I think, to try to meet that. But if you're anything like the crowd that I heard about, it will be has to be quite an event. But anyway, I applaud you for what you've done already. Not just you, but then also the folks that participated. I mean, there was great music there and great singing, and it was very enjoyable. And I apologize for the rain, and I hope that doesn't happen next time. And also remind the community that the CDC, the Community Design Committee's first annual garden tour, is this Saturday from noon to 6, and tickets are available at a variety of locations, including Cool Beans and Bueller's and Root Candle and Boyert's. It's $15 a ticket. Lots of great gardens, and I hope this is supported by the community, and it's a great success so that it can continue on next year and further as a good support for not only showcasing the community, but helping to support the Community Design Committee also. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further council comments? Well, we're going to adjourn the council meeting. We have to go back into the finance committee meeting because we ran over. We have 2 items left, but everybody can leave unless you want to stay for the finance committee. So council meeting adjourned. We're going to stay up here.